In the ancient Jordan Valley,
Beneath a sky of hammered bronze, there stands a city older than memory. Jericho, one of the oldest fortified cities in the known world, rises from the dust like a throne of stone. Its walls are massive, thick enough for chariots to race upon, its towers casting long shadows over the plain below. No army has ever breached these walls. No enemy has ever set foot inside uninvited. Within those walls, the people of Jericho have built a life of plenty. Markets bustle with trade, soldiers patrol the ramparts, and the great gates open each morning to caravans from distant lands. The city is confident, even proud.
but beyond the River Jordan,
Something is stirring. A nation of wanderers, 2 million strong, moves through the wilderness like a slow, unstoppable tide. For 40 years they have walked the desert. For 40 years they have carried a single, burning promise. A
The sea
land
has been
of
parted.
their own.
This is a miracle.
They are the children of
The Lord
Israel,
is with us.
and the God who parted the Red Sea walks before them still. Their leader is Joshua, son of Nun, a warrior tempered by
will reclaim
decades of
our home.
hardship, chosen by Moses himself to carry the torch forward. He stands on the eastern bank of the Jordan and looks across to the
This is the
walled
land
city.
of promise.
He knows that to claim the promise, he must first pass through Jericho.
and Jericho knows it too.
Word has reached the city of what this God has done. The plagues, the parting of the sea, the destruction of kings. Fear falls upon Jericho like a shadow. The great gates are sealed shut. No one goes in, no one comes out. Then the Lord speaks to Joshua, not with the strategy of generals, not with plans for siege towers or battering rams, but with a command that defies every rule of war. March around the city, once each day, for 6 days. 7 priests shall carry 7 trumpets before the Ark of the Covenant, and on the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. No arrows, no fire, no scaling ladders, just feet on the ground, trumpets in the air, and the golden Ark of God carried in their midst.
Joshua does not question.
He gathers the people and gives the order. The armed men march first, then the priests with their trumpets, then the ark, then the rest of the people. And one command above all others: not a word shall escape your lips until the day I tell you to shout. On the first day, the procession begins. The army of Israel files out in silence and circles the great walls. The only sound is the low, mournful cry of the ram's horn trumpets and the steady rhythm of thousands upon thousands of feet upon the earth. One circuit, then they return to camp. The people of Jericho watch from the walls, bewildered. No battle cry, no charge, just silence and marching. On the second day, they march again. One circuit, silence. The third day, the same. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth. The trumpets wail, the dust rises, and inside the city, dread spreads like poison through water. The markets grow quiet. Children are kept indoors. The soldiers grip their spears a little tighter. There is something unnatural about this siege, something that cannot be fought with swords. Then the 7th day dawns. This time, the Israelites do not stop after one circuit. They circle a second time, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh. The sun climbs higher with each pass, the air thick with heat and dust and the unbroken cry of the trumpets. Then the priests sound a long, shuddering blast, a sound that rolls across the valley like thunder from the throat of God himself. Joshua raises his voice. Shout, for the Lord has given you the city. And the people shout. Not a war cry of men, but something deeper, something primal and holy, born of 40 years of wandering and faith, refined in the furnace of the desert. The shout rises from 2 million throats and crashes against the walls like a wave against a cliff. And the walls come down, not breached, not crumbled over hours. They collapse, all at once, straight down into the earth, as if the very foundations have been ripped away by an invisible hand. Stone and mortar cascade in a roar of destruction. The mighty walls of Jericho, which no army had ever conquered, fall flat before the presence of God.
But in the midst of this judgment,
There is a thread of mercy. Scarlet, in fact, hanging from a window in the wall. A woman named Rahab had days earlier hidden 2 Israelite spies on her rooftop. She had risked everything because she believed in the God of Israel. "I know that the Lord has given you this land," she told them. "Your God, He is God in heaven above and on earth below." The spies gave their word. "Tie a scarlet cord in your window, and when the city falls, you will be spared." And when the walls collapse, that one section where the scarlet cord hangs does not fall. Rahab and her family are brought out alive, saved by faith and by the mercy of a God who sees the heart. Her name appears generations later in the lineage of King David, and ultimately in the lineage of Jesus Christ himself. The fall of Jericho stands as more than a military victory. It is proof that walls fall not to the strongest army, but to the most obedient hearts. That a battle can be won not by strategy, but by trust. That a march of silence can speak louder than the roar of any siege. And so the walls came down, not by the hand of man, but by the breath of God. And the dust of Jericho settled over a truth that still echoes through the ages. That faith, even when it looks foolish, even when it makes no sense
This
to
is
the
the
world,
land of promise,
is the
a
weapon
land
that
flowing with
moves
milk
the
and honey.
hand of the Almighty.